A very good morning and welcome to Good Morning Sri Lanka live here on MTV Sports. It's a Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and that's when the weekend bug kind of, comes into your life and you're expecting the weekend. And, Wednesdays, I suppose, are the day which actually moves the longest and feels the longest because Friday seems very close by. But the thing is, when you want something, it's tough to get. It's always tough to get when you want something really bad. And Fridays is a day I know for many working people is a day that they want very badly because it's the end of the week and it's the weekend where you can relax and enjoy yourself. And talking about the weekend, something interesting that is happening in Colombo these days is the Colombo International Theatre Festival. And so if you don't have anything planned out for your weekend, well, you can go and check out some of the many performances that are being staged in line with the Colombo Theatre Festival, and also take part in some of the discussions, the workshops that are being held in line with the Theatre Festival. Now, talking about the Theatre Festival is bringing together directors and performances from across Asia and even out of Asia, with 7 countries, namely Pakistan, India, Australia, Germany, Iran, Indonesia and Sri Lanka taking part in the first ever Colombo International Theatre Festival. Now, joining me later on the show is Dr. Ashish Ghosh and Imran Khan, who are 2 prolific theatre directors in India, and they'll be talking to me about their work with children's theatre and what they're here to do at the Colombo International Theatre Festival. So that's something to look forward for you again. Theatre is something that, if you're passionate about it, no matter how busy you are, no matter how hectic your life is, you want that dose of, being on stage or going and watching a good theatre performances. For example, I used to love theatre and I am still a huge theatre lover, and I've taken part in several performances, but however, it's difficult to manage with work and all of that. But I always feel that I have to at least go once a month and, watch a good piece of theatre, may it be dance, may it be drama, may it be whatever type of art form that theatre brings along with it. So the Colombo International Theatre Festival is something that I'm going to check out myself, and I'm sure all of you would like to go check out as well if you are into theatre and if you're an ardent theatre lover yourself. So the Colombo International Theatre Festival will be held, it started on Monday and it will be held until the 2nd of April at the British School and also at the Goethe International Institute in Colombo. So keep your days free, go check out their websites and find out more about the workshops and the main performances that will be held on the Colombo International Theatre Festival. We're talking about theatre. One of the main forms of theatre which is sort of, categorized as for elitists was ballet, and Russian ballet, and even collecting art and going to art galleries were sort of categorized as for elitist groups. But now, with technology developing and with the world becoming a global village, people can enjoy ballets, especially Russian ballets, in the comfort of their own living room, and also collect art pieces online through a special website called artspace.com. It's providing access to some of the world's most famous art galleries and artists with just a simple click. And it's the same with ballet and opera performances by the world-famous Bolshoi Theatre in Moscow, Russia. You can enjoy, as I said, the experience of going to a ballet and also enjoying some of the scenes that you might not actually see at the ballet itself in your own living room. Let's go and take a look at this interesting story. So after over 300 years of watching ballet and opera performances at the Bolshoi Theatre in Moscow, Russians will now have the opportunity to view Bolshoi performances live from the comfort of their own homes on YouTube. The Bolshoi Theatre has been feeding video transmissions of live performances to thousands of movie theatres all over the world since March 2010. the Bolshoi aired its first live ballet on YouTube on March 11th, available for viewing to internet users residing in the Russian Federation. Now, Russians will be able to view ballets and operas via the internet, and during the interval, the cameras will take them backstage to watch interviews with the artists and directors, a privilege, I suppose, theatre audiences will not have. Meanwhile, making art accessible to the average art lover, artspace.com, founded last year, gives novice and veteran collectors the opportunity to purchase contemporary art pieces from internationally renowned artists, museums, galleries and art fairs online. The website offers works in various price points for as little as $200 to $125,000. For the founders, Christopher Vroom and Catherine Levine, being able to share this sort of work of art is a novel experience.
But everyone is so busy today that it could be 7 or 8 o'clock at night. It could be a Sunday. You could be located outside of New York or Los Angeles. And what we're trying to do is open up a window into these relationships with the best artist institutions and galleries.
Connecting collectors, whether they're designing a home or wanting to really get into becoming a collector, with fantastic artists and what it means to be engaged with art. It just happens to be one of the things that binds us together as human beings since the beginning of time. And so being able to help someone engage with an artist, understand their practice, and live with art over a period of time is really satisfying. We have curators all over the world choosing the artwork, choosing the gallery partners and our museum partners. So we act like an art advisor so that any collector of any stripe can come in and feel confident that they're making a great collecting decision.
Yes, they would give journalists all the cuttings, which obviously became redundant on the internet.
And the library, weren't they?
It's an interesting story how, technology makes the world seem more closer. And even when it comes to art, sharing art is more easier online, they say. But the question as to, how is it the same experience as going into an art gallery and viewing the art that is hung on the walls, or even, the Bolshoi Theatre? Is watching it on YouTube as good as watching it live? Well, some may think it's the same sort of experience. We also get additional voice cuts from the directors and the actors backstage, which you don't get if you go to the theatre. But I suppose it might be a challenge for the theatre itself, because if more people keep watching these things online, they might actually not come to the theatre because, paying so much of money. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's something to ponder as well. The good and bads of technology, the pros and cons. Well, on that note, we're going for a short commercial break. When I come back, I'll be talking to Dr. Ashish Ghosh and Imran Khan on the Colombo International Theatre Festival.